Hey guys, Jim Horn here again with Redo Banshee Parts and Accessories, and I want to take a look at the on-off switches and the key switches and how to test these to make sure that they're actually working. Now on Banshees, these actually just kill to ground, they ground to kill. So when they make their circuit, that's what kills the motor. These do not have to be functioning for the bike to run. They only kill the motor. That's it. So the way we're going to know if they're going to work is we're going to see if the continuity between the two wires, the kill wires, if there's continuity when the switch is in the on position, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our handy dandy little meter and we're gonna put it onto continuity, which is when you put the two together, you can see that it grounds out to 0, okay? So we've got it on continuity, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it on run, or excuse me, we're gonna put it on off, sorry. Put it on off, that's kill to ground, ground to kill I mean. And the two wires we're always going to test on the on-off switch is going to be the black with a white stripe and the black. Okay, those are the two kill wires. So we go in here. We put. It doesn't matter which one you put on it because we're just testing continuity. So you're going to put your probe there. And you're going to put your probe here, and you see how we zeroed out. Okay. Now we'll switch it to run, and it won't. Nothing. Right. And we switch it back to, you see how it grounds out? All right, so that's how we tell if the on-off switch is functioning like it's supposed to. Now, if it's not functioning like it's supposed to, sometimes inside here, you just take these two screws apart here and you open this up. Inside here, there's contacts inside there. Now, sometimes this little switch will get maybe a little out of its track, or the contacts will be a little out of their track and they won't be making the connection. So sometimes you can just open this up with a Phillips screwdriver and you can just kind of clean it out in there. You can make sure that it's lined up where it's supposed to be. You'll be able to see what it looks like once you open this up. Sometimes that's just out of its track, it's out of its place, and the on-off switch is just not making continuity. So sometimes you get lucky and you don't have to buy a new one of these. You just got to take it apart, clean it, put it back together like it's supposed to, and then you can retest it and it'll test good. So it's the same with a 5-wire plug with the external ground here as it is with a 6-wire plug where they're all in the same plug. You just test the black with the white stripe and the black. Okay, so we go in here and we're going to turn it to off. We're going to test the black with the white stripe and the black. Okay. Now sometimes you gotta fiddle with them a little bit, get a good connection. Now, do you see how it's not a 0 here? So sometimes you see how that just changed? See how it's changing? That's because the connection's not good. It's probably a little dirty inside here. So you can switch it. Okay, now we're getting a good solid off connection. But sometimes you got to go in here and fiddle with this switch a little bit. Okay, this switch looks like it's a little bit dirty inside, so that's why it's not giving a solid kill signal. So, it might be a good idea to pull this thing apart, clean it out with some contact cleaner, run it back and forth, make sure that those copper contacts are good and clean in there. But this one's good, it just needs to be cleaned a little bit, all right? Now, for the key switch, the key switches, they make a few different styles of plug. They make a 4-wire plug like this one, okay? They make a round plug that has, I think, 4 wires. And then they also make a 2-wire plug, all right? Well, on the 2-wire plug, it's simple. You just test the two wires, right? On a 4-wire plug, the brown and the red are not used, all right? The only ones that are used is these two, the black and the black with the white stripe, okay? So to test the key switch, we're gonna do the same exact thing. In the on position, which is to the right, you're gonna have an open circuit. When it's in the off position, that's going to ground to kill. So then when it's in the off position, that's when we're going to test these 2 wires, and you should have continuity between them. All right, so let's test it. We take a look at the meter here. When I hit these together, we should have, there we go. If I can get my thing in there here. Okay, there we go. We got continuity. All right. Now, When it's in, excuse me, I said that wrong, guys. When it's in the on position, that completes the circuit. When it's in the off position, that's what does it, okay? So when it's in the on position, you've got continuity. When it's in the off position, you do not. All right? Sorry about that, my bad. And we'll test this one real quick here. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna test the black and the black with a white stripe. We're gonna check to see if we've got continuity. Okay, so. Okay, we're in the off position now, so let's turn it to the on position, which is to the right, and let's test it here. Sometimes these are hard to get your probes into. Okay, so this one's a little dirty. You can see it's trying to. I'm not getting a good connection here with my probes, but you can see it's trying to work. This one's a little dirty, it looks like. There we go. You see that? Sometimes you just got to get a good connection on those. Okay, so it's off there and on. You can hear it beeping. That means you've got continuity. All right, this one just needs a little bit of cleaning too. But anyways, guys, that's how you test these to make sure that these two electrical components are functioning like they're supposed to. That way you can tell whether you need to call us up and buy a new one or whether you need to just take it apart and clean it. So anyways, I hope that helps out. Let us know if you have any questions, and you can hit us up online at www.redo-parts.com.